Hey guys, it's the middle of April. Temperatures have started to finally warm up a little bit around here. We had a few more little Jeep modifications that we wanted to do after the temperatures warmed up a bit. But as you can see, we had the Jeep out in the bush last night and it is a little on the dirty side. So I'm going to run this thing down to the car wash and we'll finish up those mods when I get it back. Thanks for stopping by. Here we are at the car wash. I think this is the only touchless car wash we have in town, and therefore there's quite often a bit of a lineup. Surprisingly, there's only one vehicle in front of me. Not too bad.
Please follow the directions of the pin pad to the right.
In the car wash, and the robot is starting to run. Well, that certainly is a lot cleaner than it was. Let's face it, Jeeps are supposed to be dirty. Our first little modification for today is going to be installing a kick plate, and the kit that I got from Amazon, I'll throw an affiliate link down in the description, is it says Gladiator on it, plastic. It's held on with some automotive trim tape, and I've already opened the bag, but this one says front left, which is of course driver's side. I have wiped down the door sill, and you can already see I'm starting to get quite a few little scratches here. So this is going to be a good modification. It doesn't necessarily cover where the scratches are, but it'll help protect the door sill. We kind of want to get this centered in the straight part. That looks pretty decent right there, I think. So we'll pull that trim tape off and stick that down. Now, of course, I'm going to be careful when we lay this down in place that it's back all the way tight and in the side-to-side position we want, because when we push it down, it is not going to move. That is a nice solid connection, and it is back up against the lip. I think we can close the door in front of you guys. Yeah. Door closes just fine. I think we'll call that a success. One little side note, I've pulled the floor mat out here and taken the worst of the winter grunge off of it. I won't say that it's cleaned up perfectly, but definitely a lot better than it was. Interesting though, underneath the carpet was absolutely saturated. I put my hand down on it and the water puddled. I managed to soak the worst of it up with toweling, and hopefully it'll dry up as the temperature starts to warm up here a little bit. But I was expecting with these fancy WeatherTech style Jeep branded floor mats that it would keep the carpet from getting saturated, but I guess there's a drain hole here that goes right down into the carpet. It could be taken out so that the water can drain right out of the vehicle, but for now it just drains down into the carpet, so not great. Something to keep in mind if you've got a brand shiny new Jeep and you want to keep it looking brand shiny new. We've got the rear seat kick plate that we want to install, and I can see that we're going to have to be careful. The kick plate wants to stick out just a little bit beyond this lip, and we don't want to create something that's going to get hung up. I'm going to make sure that we're good and tight at the back lip here, and that's going to take just a little bit of kind of pushing to get it seated. And it looks to be about centered where we're going to want it. Very happy with how that turned out. Grab the garbage. Door closes and opens just fine, and I think we'll call that one a success. Now I've got two more to do. You guys don't want to watch me repeating that. I'll bring you back when we're ready to dig into the next little modification. One thing I've noticed with this Jeep when I was using it on a fairly long trip with inclement weather conditions, I wasn't able to set my phone up so I could see a weather radar app while driving. And a common modification guys make is they put something like this in this center holder on the dash. This has a phone holder on it, of course. Relatively nice tray with the textured rubber in the bottom. The way we install this is we pull the factory rubber out of the bottom. And you guys can probably see better than I can. There's a, where are we? Ah, here we are. There's a screw here and another one over here that holds the top of the dash together. Bit of a challenge to do this single-handed, but I pulled the textured mats out of the bottom of the tray. It sets up into the existing opening. We take our screws, put them back down into the factory locations. This is a little bit of a challenge to do single-handed, holding a camera in the way. But trust me, it's not a difficult task. The screws pull this trim piece down nice and flush with the dash. We then take our rubber pieces, and you can compare this is the new one to the original. They're a little bit of a different pattern, but fairly close. Prefer it a little bit to the side. I don't know how well that shows up on the screen for you guys. That works quite well for me. Now I'm able to see the weather radar while I'm driving. That's about as far as I want to take this one for the moment. We've got 2 more modifications knocked off the list. We've got a couple more coming. I've got the factory brake controller that we'll need to install here before I try hauling my camper this summer. And we've got a little bit of work to do with the front end of the Jeep. Anyways, be sure to check back to see how those other modifications go. And we'll catch you guys in the next mess. Thanks a lot for stopping by.